Welcome to our podcast, This Life, the Chronicles of Autism Mums. I'm Alison Saraf, and I'm joined each week by amazing women who happen to have children on the spectrum. We talk about navigating the ups and downs of parenting kids with autism and how that affected us and our lives as women, professionals, and mothers. Strap in, grab some tissues. Sometimes you'll cry from empathy and others from laughter. Join us on our journey of This Life. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of our World Cup special. And today I'm joined by Moira and Huma. Hello again, ladies.
Hello.
Nice to see you. So today we're going to be continuing our conversation about the World Cup here in Qatar. So for any of you who have missed our podcast in the past, and if you have missed them, then please go back and listen to them. But today we're going to be talking about the World Cup in Qatar as we reside here in Qatar, and the tension is building, the excitement is around us, and the flags are up, and the World Cup is coming in just a few days' time. So we are excited for it coming, but we are also, I think, mostly going to be attending. Well, I know I'm going to be attending, and I'm pretty excited. I don't know if my kids are that excited, but I'm going to make them excited. So, first question, have you chosen to go to a game, seeing it is in our city here?
Yes, absolutely.
You are, Huma?
We haven't been here for 10 years to just not go when it comes.
We've been waiting for 10 years.
I swear, just because, there's a stadium right like a stone's throw away from my place. So I was like, I have to, even though I'm not that sporty, but I'm like, we have to attend this because we deserve it. We've been waiting for this for a long time. But yeah, one game. So we'll be going to one game.
Exciting.
What about you? Are you attending a lot?
I am going to be attending. My husband is a die-hard football fan, so we will be attending some of the matches, some together with some with the children. So just depending, because there is a lot of considerations with these matches, I think. Moira, you're going to be attending?
Yes, we will. A couple of matches, yeah.
Right, okay. And I think we can make it clear from the three of us here that we are not die-hard football fans ourselves. I know Moira's husband is a big fan of football. My kid, we're not really exposed to a huge amount of football here. Yeah. The boys play football, and I say that
loosely.
We take them to Qatar Foundation football every week. But are you excited? Are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so what are the things that you're most looking forward to about taking the family to, a once-in-a-lifetime experience and opportunity here?
Well, I think it's the experience. It's not necessarily the game.
Right.
Just excited to see what the atmosphere is going to be like in the city and how crazy it's going to be.
Right.
And hopefully not too crazy that we can't get about the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I don't think we'll ever get a chance like this again. I mean, I don't think we're going to fly off to another country to attend an event like this. Yeah. So it's happening
It's right on your doorstep as well. You can just walk across your road.
Exactly.
Then. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So we've been told, and it's been in the news, international news, as well as local news here, that this will be the most accessible World Cup to date, which I'm really excited for. I think it's a massive step for the biggest football organisation, probably the biggest sporting event in the world, to be taking steps to become more accessible. So we've been told that there's going to be sensory rooms in a couple of the stadiums, and also there's going to be sensory zones and areas in all of these kind of fan zones. So if you don't have a ticket to the actual stadium, you can go and enjoy that experience, just with a lot of other people and a lot of other activities that are happening in an open space. So what are you hoping for, Moira, from the World Cup, with the accessibility that they've talked about?
Well, we have got standard tickets, so it will be interesting to see how, outside of the specific sensory areas, how accessible the rest of the stadium will be. Obviously, I don't think we don't have any idea where exactly we'll be sitting in the stadium. So I don't know. I just hope we're going to get swept along with the atmosphere and the potentially long walk and long wait will not be too traumatic.
I mean, I think that with all of these, to set the scene here, and I think that we've seen a lot in the press, a lot of positive things in the press, but we've also seen, you know, and because we're so close to a lot of these stadiums, as Huma was saying, she is literally a stone's throw from a stadium, and you know, this is such a small city that I think this is the first time that
it'll be so concentrated.
Exactly, it's going to be a very concentrated experience. But you know, with all of these large stadiums, there is quite a long kind of walk up to them, because obviously, you know, you're fitting thousands and thousands of people into kind of open air stadiums. I think what I've heard, which I'm actually quite excited about, is the fact that in all of these stadiums there are trained accessibility volunteers along that kind of walkway, you know, that kind of lead up, because I think it is quite a reasonable walk. It has to be, you know, to be able to accommodate everybody coming in and out of that stadium. So I think there are volunteers set up to kind of, and they're trained as well to be able to help and assist our families along the way, just to make sure that they get the kind of best and most positive experience possible. I think that they've put a lot more seating into certain areas to, you know, to maybe help and assist if, you know, you've got a child or an adult that, you know, needs to take a bit of a break. So I think there's a lot that's been really kind of thought out and put into place to take into consideration families like ours that might be wanting to attend a match and are attending a match, and you know, just to provide them with that kind of level of support. What do you feel about the sensory rooms, Huma, in the stadiums? How do you feel that they can? I mean, how would they help families?
I mean, it's a lovely idea, and I'm really happy that. You know, finally, you know, these kids, like such kids who are usually, you know, their disability is not obvious.
Right.
So some are, you know, they're not in a wheelchair, they're not, you know, you can't see that, but they need help.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm happy that they're moving towards that direction, that they've realized that, yes, there are people who might be overwhelmed or might need a break, or so it's nice that they're doing this. And I'm hoping, you know, for parents who need a break and whose child is overwhelmed, they might be able to utilize this, the sensory rooms. I think it's a very positive thing, because it's just like, you know, it's a necessity, because it's like having, like a changing table is a necessity for everyone who has babies. So it's like, it should be everywhere. So these things should be, you know, a quiet place. I'm really happy they're doing this.
I think it's really exciting, actually, just for the fact that if you have got, you know, if you've identified that, you know, you'd like to go to one of these fan zones, and, you know, I keep seeing more and more information and advertisements coming about, you know, singers that might be coming, or, you know, so much entertainment is going to be here. And I think it's just going to be, you know, really, really interesting and lots of fun. I think for families that haven't got tickets into the stadium, or, you know, if they've got them for particular days, but want to go down, you know, and experience the World Cup in a different way, I think at least if you have the, it's like you just said, that's a perfect kind of example of that. You wouldn't go anywhere, you wouldn't go to a mall that didn't have a changing area for your, you know, your child, you know, if you needed to change a diaper or whatever. And I think, you know, knowing that with it being so busy and kind of crowded, but also really, really positive atmosphere, that you can go somewhere and take yourself off with your child and say, right, do you know what? We're just going to have a quiet 10 minutes now before we go back out. It's really, really, really very reassuring for parents. And also, it probably would make a massive difference to most people and encourage them to take that leap and, go and experience something different with their child just because of the fact that they knew, they would know that they had the backup. I think in terms of the sensory rooms in the stadiums, from my understanding of it, they're kind of pre-bookable tickets. And I know that, when other football clubs and everything else have done this kind of sensory room experience for fans, it really is a precursor to actually kind of getting them really aware and very used to what to anticipate and what to expect, giving them that experience, but also kind of giving them the opportunity to kind of go to a quiet space if they need to, so that slowly they can get to a point where they can go and enjoy a match with everybody.
A full stadium in full voice is an experience like no other. When everyone's singing and
Absolutely.
I would just sit somewhere near a toilet because I don't have kids. I have like mini camels and they like guzzle the water and then there are like so many toilet breaks. So I would just sit somewhere. I would be coming and going to the toilet. So.
Okay, so I think that having those kind of sensory and quiet spaces is going to be a massive kind of positive for for us and for our families and for many others as well who want to experience that. What are you most looking forward to about your World Cup day and your tickets, and what are you most excited for?
What am I most excited for? I don't know.
Moira, some excitement, please.
Well, Scotland didn't qualify,
oh my
so
God. Yeah. Okay. But would you be more excited if Scotland qualified?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
But
we would have our faces painted.
Yeah. All right,
are you cheering for a specific team? Are we?
Well, she should be for England now.
Yeah. Or Wales.
Oh, Wales.
Okay, she would go with Wales rather than England.
No, don't be silly. But if we see that match, the England-Wales,
Ooh, she'd be on the fence.
Yeah, I would.
Right.
Cheer for Qatar.
What about you, Huma? What are you most excited about?
I get, just the same thing that, I just want them to experience that, the big stadium experience. And they're like not very enthusiastic football players, but I just want them to
appreciate what's happening around them.
Yeah, appreciate it. And actually, you never know, it might spark, some more enthusiasm for, football in the future.
In a very privileged position
right
now.
Because, you don't get that. It's stadium experiences are different in different countries. Because it's in a familiar environment. We've been here for so many years. And so that's the exciting part, that I can take them to have this big experience, and it'll be somewhere closer and familiar, and I'm sure they'll enjoy it. They might not appreciate it now, but after a few years they'll be like, "Oh, I'm glad you took us there." But judging by their memories, every year he just wipe cleans his hard drive. He's like, what happened? So I don't even I don't know if he'll remember this or not, but I'm but I'm sure he'll remember. But the little ones, I don't know, they'll be like, what World Cup? When did you take us?
So I'm looking forward to really quite an immersive experience, I think. As I say, my husband is a diehard football fan, so I think that he will be looking forward to seeing as many games as possible. For me and my kids, I'm really looking forward to, patriotically, I'm looking forward to us all watching an England game together, because I think just that atmosphere and just appreciating that there will be so many people in that stadium, that are all just absolutely focused on, this one match. And I think it's about the football, but it's about that atmosphere.
It's more than the football.
It is more than the football. It's a real kind of experience, and I feel that we're very fortunate to be, to be on our doorstep. As Huma said, we've got we've got access to that. We'll plan for that. I mean, for me, we're already kind of talking about it, and, we're talking about football songs and, all of those things, and really kind of talking about, encouraging them to enjoy it and understanding the point of why we would take them and what it's all about, and just talking about, how big the World Cup is.
Are you going to do the T-shirts, the flags on the face, the paint or something?
Yes.
Oh,
Of course.
I'll do that too.
And Alison, you can just explain just now the offside rule.
Well, I'll let you explain that, Moira. Yes, we will be, and actually maybe you would like to join the England support team.
Why not? I mean,
Exactly. Why not? Just
Yeah.
for the.
No, I'll do that. I'll do the whole
competition.
face painting
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. I think that would be a nice idea.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a very exciting time. I'm very much looking forward to experiencing all of the entertainment. I think we've already talked about going to see a few concerts whilst we're here, because, there's some really big stars coming, and we just need to learn a little bit more about that so that we can kind of organise the kids for that and kind of get them pumped and ready. And just that. I mean, our kids are going to be off school for the whole time. So
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, so I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity to go and spend time in those designated areas. There's been a lot of time, there's been a lot of thought, and there's been a lot of money put into this whole entertain. It's not just the football. There's just so much entertainment happening. So I'm really looking forward to kind of studying what the schedules look like, and really kind of making the most of it, because it's as I say, it's a once in a lifetime thing. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining us today, and we will see you on the next episode of This Live podcast. Take care. See you soon.
Thank you for joining this live podcast brought to you by Learn Autism. To learn more about autism, check out their website at learnautism.com. You can download this podcast wherever you find your favourites, and if you prefer to watch us, all links are below in the description. See you next week, and thanks for listening.